welcome back to Coffee Monkey. Today we actually have coffee. I've been off coffee for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. I still have caffeine through soda and stuff like that, and I decided today's the day. Right, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna get some coffee. Um, the substitute I had for coffee, and I still will have for coffee is it's pronounced Vaidya's cup. I've been calling it Vidya's cup. I guess I got corrected by one of my classmates about it. And it's like a tridosha tea. It has a bunch of different stuff. Actually, my kettlebell coach, I told him about it. And he got some too, and it's been good for him as well. But I prepare like coffee, milk, honey, and it is like I described it today as like it's like drinking life, right? It's like so nourishing, and I feel like it replenishes me when I drink it. Where like I have the opposite with coffee. I feel like coffee drains me or deteriorates me. I feel like I'm taking from myself when I drink coffee, but when I drink this Mucuna tea with like date seed, and I think there's other. So I want to say fennel, but I'm not sure. Let me look up. Let me look up. It is Vaidya, and it's from this. It's called Chanico. They're in like California, and I just bought like 5 pounds of it. So let's see. Ingredients: mucuna, purines, wild date seed, chicory, and haritaki. You know what that is? Native to South Asia and India, Pakistan, Nepal. Uh, what is it? What is it? Since this reduces mystical powers. Haritaki is a revered Ayurvedic herb known as the king of medicines. Its primary acts as a gentle digestive regulator, natural detoxifier, and potent antioxidant. It supports gut health by stimulating digestive enzymes while sweeping the gastrointestinal tract to relieve constipation and bloating. Chicory, people are familiar with chicory. It's what goes in um, what is that place called? The in New Orleans, there's this like famous cafe where you get beignets. It's open 24/7. It is called Cafe du Monde. So Cafe du Monde has chicory in the coffee. Brian is grinding it up as well. So what is chicory? Chicory is added to coffee to enhance flavor, cut costs, reduce caffeine, and boost health. When roasted, the root chicory plant takes on a toasty, nutted, slightly sweet flavor that perfectly complements the bitterness of coffee. Is chicory good for health? Yes, chicory, especially its root or leafy greens, is highly beneficial to health. It is primarily celebrated for acting as a natural prebiotic that fuels beneficial gut bacteria and regulates blood sugar. Didn't know that. The root is rich in inulin, a soluble prebiotic fiber that feeds healthy gut flora, aids digestion, and clinically shown to relieve constipation. Regulates blood sugar. Chicory can help reduce the absorption of blood sugar of sugars and lower insulin resistance, making it helpful for glycemic control. Improves nutrient absorption. The inulin fiber helps your body better absorb essential minerals like calcium, which supports bone health. Antioxidant properties. The greens and roots are packed with polyphenols that help that may help reduce inflammation and lower the risk of certain chronic diseases. Ta-da! Wild date seed. I don't know what wild date seed does. I know what dates are. I know what wild means. But what is it? Wild date seed comes from the wild date palm. Durable for highly famous for remaining viable even after millennia. Wow. Packed with antioxidants and dietary fiber. Uses and benefits. Date seed coffee, roasted ground date seeds make a caffeine-free coffee alternative. Didn't know that. The powder can also be stirred into milk, yogurt, or smoothies. Nutritional powerhouse. Date seeds are rich in polyphenols, which help combat oxidative stress and cellular damage. Cosmetic seed oils are extracted for skincare due to their lauric and oleic acid content, which supports skin hydration and health. How to sprout and grow them. Soak the seeds in warm water for 24-48. Maybe that'll grow some dates. I don't know if we're in the climate for it here in Florida. So I live in like the Tampa area. So, but I mean, you grow a lot like mangoes and stuff like that. I just got the key lime tree planted, the calamansi tree, and my neighbors gifted me a longan tree that got planted in the front yard. So, along with the mango tree in the front yard. So hopefully we'll see some good stuff soon. So the seed to 24 hours rehydrate, germinate, wrap the seed in a damp paper towel, Placed inside a sealed plastic bag in a warm, dark location. Once a small root appears, plant the seed in a well-draining cactus palm pot. Okay, provide plenty of bright, indirect sunlight, soil, moist, but not far. Yeah, nice. And then Mucuna periods. I don't know. I don't even know what that looks like. I've been drinking this for like months. Mucuna periods is a tropical lagoon native to Africa, tropical Asia, widely naturalized and cultivated. Citrus combinations include monkey tamarind, velvet bean, Bengal velvet bean, Florida velvet bean, Mauritius velvet bean, Yokohama velvet bean, Kowich, Lacuna bean, and lion bean. Lion with a Y, Lyon. Uh, what did Mucuna pairings do for you? This tropical lagoon, primarily valued for its high concentration of L-dopa, a direct precursor to dopamine, is widely used in Arabic nutritional medicine to support mood, brain function, male fertility, and nervous system health. Key benefits: brain health and mood. Because it contains L-dopa, Mucuna pairings help the body produce dopamine. Maybe that's why I've been in a better mood lately. Drinking this. Or complementary therapy to manage symptoms of Parkinson's disease, which studies the neuroprotective and antioxidant effects. Male fertility, traditional use and some studies indicate that it may boost sperm count, motility, and overall semen quality, while also supporting testosterone levels. Libido and sexual health. The herb is traditionally used as an aphrodisiac to enhance sexual drive and address sexual dysfunctions. Safety considerations, medication interactions. Because it alters dopamine levels, Mucuna green should not be combined with prescription Parkinson's medications or antidepressants without consulting a healthcare provider. Good to know. May also interact with diabetes medication. Also good to know. I wonder if people on GLPs would be affected by this, old GLP-1s. I don't know. Do we always have to add the ones? Like, do we know? Like, oh, let me stop. Product variability. The L-dopa content in over-the-counter supplements can be inconsistent. Side effect: taking too much can cause unwanted side effects like nausea, anxiety, insomnia, and can lead to L-dopa and lead to dopamine dysregulation if used improperly. Yeah, so I would have like 2 scoops, so like significantly less of this tea in my daily drink than I would with coffee. So I probably use half as much. Like I think it says like 2 teaspoons at most. But I mean, it's great. I probably have maybe what mason jar worth. So this mason jar is 24 ounces, right? I think it's supposed to be a 32 with the top. But I think, I put like 8 ounces of milk, a little bit of honey, and I blend it all together. So maybe it's like 16 ounces, so 2 cups of this tea. And that's the same for coffee, right? And I drink this like throughout the day. So same thing with coffee throughout the day. It's like 8 o'clock. I think I had my first cup of coffee at like noon 30, 12:30. When I was like, all right, it's time for coffee, because I try not to have coffee within the first 90 minutes of waking up. It's not food. It's not the same thing for the tea because there's no caffeine in it. So I want like my natural like wake up hormones to happen. I've read that coffee sometimes disrupts that. What else? So sometimes I forget. I've just not been having coffee lately. It's not like part of my morning ritual anymore. Instead, it's making this tea. The Vaidya's cup. I'm gonna get it right one day. I just call it Vaidya's cup because it just comes off the tongue better. My bad. Like, I'll get better. I promise. But the point of me making this video was not to talk about the tea, even though I've been thinking about doing the review about it lately. So this morning, or last night, whenever I was asleep, I had a dream about my parents. So my parents have been passed since 2013. My mom died of cancer. So she had breast cancer and it became bone cancer. She'd been fighting it for a long time. She had been, it had been years. She had been unwell and sick for years. And then it came back. It was super aggressive and it took her from us. And that was, around her favorite holiday. She passed right before her favorite holiday, which is 4th of July, with all the fireworks, the family gathering, stuff like that. My mom loved being like the matriarch of the family and like hosting and having people over. My parents were like the neighborhood parents. Like the kids would come over, we play video games, and they would always like feed everybody that came over. The first thing that they asked when my friends would come over, like, have your friends eaten yet? And they would feed us. So that's one of the things. And my mom loved cooking. She loved being the host for people coming over and parties and stuff like that. My parents, like, they were just lovely, wonderful people. And my dad, very similar. So we lost him right before Thanksgiving, which is his favorite holiday, a family gathering where we get together and eat lots of good food. And I had a dream about them. It's almost it's been almost 13 years. 2026, I lost them in 2013. And I dream about them, and it was in the old house, the house where I grew up as a teenager. So, and they're at the dinner table, and I look in the fridge, and there's like burgers in there. It's like two different types of burgers, and I was just like, okay. So I was just like threw a plate of the burgers in the microwave. I just warmed it, and I was just thinking like, why are there burgers? When I opened the microwave, there was also a plate of burgers in there, so I just warmed those up. I don't know. I don't know what the symbology with intrigues with burgers and stuff like that. But I walked over, and my parents were eating like more traditional Laos food, and they're having like tamakung, tamakung's papaya salad, right? Um, I like take a piece, and it's like a more solid piece, and I just eat it. And my parents start talking to me. It's my mom mostly. So like I feel like my parents visit me to check in on me all the time, and they never talk to me though, right? It's always this warm feel like, oh, we're here and we love you, right? And I've been told like I can invite them to come visit, or like when I'm like struggling and just talk to them and have a conversation with them, just by like different people. Um, Mostly my tarot card reader, Christy. And I miss my birthday reading with her, but I usually do like a birthday reading for her like once a year just for fun. Um, some people don't like that. Some people are like, oh, it's it's something that they're opposed to. But I'm like, I don't feel wrong doing it. I feel like it's a nice thing to just like occasionally do. And like if it's all hocus pocus, whatever, it makes me feel better. So it gives me a lot of reassurance, and it confirms a lot of things for me. So, and she's scarily accurate. One time, like years before my brother passed, she kind of predicted. She didn't predict, like not down to the day, but she like kind of forecasted what would happen, and she just had this intuition to pull, like during when I was asking about like family stuff, and like I didn't ask specifically about my brother, but she pulled for him, and she's like, look, this is what's gonna happen, right? She's scarily accurate, and when I tell people about this, they get freaked out, or like they're very surprised, or whatever. But I was going through a hard time, and she's like, look, this is what's gonna happen. Your brother, something bad is gonna happen, right? He's gonna get in trouble. Something bad is gonna happen, and and then something big is gonna occur, and then that's it, right? That's on that line for him. Oh, my hand's like shaking just thinking about this. And lo and behold, that's almost to the T what happened. She didn't give me like dates or anything. It was just like, but it gave me a long time, like years to prepare for it mentally. So like when it did happen, I was like, okay, wow, that's crazy. But I mean, you know, as accurate of information she gave me, I was able to like not harden my heart, but prepare myself for his eventual death. And I'm so grateful for that. To be the strong person in the room, because I had like the forethought, and the wherewithal to like not let it crush me at the time, and be the strong person for like the family. Not that I wasn't sad, I was definitely heartbroken. Like my brother and I had not had a good relationship. Towards the end, he just had a lot of problems, and I never not loved him, but there's definitely times where like I did not like what he was doing. I did not approve of what was going on in his life and how it affected me, because I lived together with him in this house um, for almost 2 years, and it really aged me. Like I was having migraines, I was like stressed out, I was having like shooting heart pains. Like I never had a moment of peace, and it took me years, even after he left, to like finally accept that I'm like safe in my own home. Um, so I mean, there's that. But going back to my parents have been gone for 13 years. So it was so nice to have them, even in a dream, just talk to me. And it was like my dad was sitting like to my left as I was like facing, and mom was sitting to the right, and my mom started talking to me. And she says something along the lines is that it's okay. It's okay to get married. And I was like, okay. And she's like, you can pretty much marry anybody you want. And I'm like, thanks, mom. Like, I thought that was, but like to hear it said out loud, or to experience her saying that in my dream, like to have that permission, because I always like, maybe this is like a traditional part of me. I was waiting for their permission to bring the right girl home. Hey, baby, yeah, I know your grandma would love you. And you'd probably go sit and pray with her like Jasmine did. Our dog growing up was Jasmine. Towards the end of both their lives, when my mom would go pray in her prayer room, Jasmine would go sit with her and lay down and be in the room with her and maybe pray with her. I don't know. So Athena has like Jasmine's like fiery personality. And she's just lovely. But in this dream, I never got to eat the burger. So I want to go get a burger today. somewhere we'll go get a burger. But I just like, I thought about it and I was okay, thanks, mom. And like I couldn't really see my dad's face. I knew it was there, but I wasn't looking at him constantly. My dad, when they visit me, my dad never really says anything. He's just there in his presence, but it's still warm and loving, but it's not as like strong and commanding as my mom's presence. For whatever reason. But yeah. Crying. But yeah, mom said it's okay. Or choose. So I don't have to wait for anybody else's permission or approval. Yeah, I think that's what I've been waiting for a long time. So I have it. So I'm gonna start dating again. I haven't dated seriously since I was like 30. I'm 38 now. And I think it's just I've had a lot of time to establish myself in a career, in my deep friendships, and in my family life with my sister and niece, nephew, cousins, right? Like just people in my life. And I think that has been important for me. Just because I needed that stability. I didn't have it in my 20s. With my parents passing at 25, and they were sick for a long time. And it affected things like my career, right? It affected like my relationships, like dealing with grief for a long time. I probably didn't stop grieving their loss until I was like 35 or 36, so like 10 plus years. One of my professors says that, grief takes about maybe 40 hours of like intentional work towards healing. And not that it doesn't affect you, but to have it not have like this stranglehold on you, and to like not go back to this place. Like I would always go back to my mom's deathbed because I was there, and then I missed the moment my dad died. He told me I go to work that day, so I did. But I just had this feeling like I probably shouldn't go. He said you should go. And then my sister and brother were there for him when he passed away. And then when I saw him in the hospital bed after they called me at work to go see him, it was a lot. But yeah, it takes about 40 hours of intentional processing to live through the grief process. And grief, like, it's for us to go and process those things. And it's very difficult for me. So it took me about 10 years. He's like, yeah, whether you do that 40 hours is in a couple weeks or over, over the next 4 months or the next 4 years, it's up to you. And like to really put it in that context was like, oh, okay. I wish somebody told me that sooner. But yeah, Dr. Megson is amazing. And I'm happy I met people like this in this phase of my life where like I'm ready to take on this type of work, not like grief counseling, but like leadership and coaching in earnest. Where I'm very like, I feel like I'm developed enough as a leader to share my lessons that I've learned, and like the good and the bad things, like the mistakes that I've witnessed and experienced myself and did myself, and we're like, oh, don't break pride. This is hard lessons learned, right? And I'm ready to pass those lessons on to people that they may benefit, right? That's the whole reason for this channel. And That's the whole reason, and that'll be my life's work, is to share lessons in a palatable way, not a palatable way, but a way that people remember and can learn and grow from them, right? Like the phrase "we stand on the shoulders of giants," right? Is like somebody came before us to, create the language and standardize like mathematics and like all these things that come together so we can share these lessons and to plant the trees that we will probably never see the shade of. So I want to have this network effect of me helping other people better their lives, and learn and grow and be able to make mistakes and recover from them faster. Right. The point is not to not make mistakes, but to learn and grow from them, and to not beat yourself or roommate over it. So I think that's one of the best lessons I can teach somebody or pass down is like, move forward. Right. Like you can't change the past and you can't continue to beat yourself up over these things. And I had to during class. So right now I'm in leadership and teamwork class, and I shared a meme about like if you're not cringe with me, you're cringe against me because we had an hour long discussion about AI use in class, right? And people are just like putting prompts in to have AI write the paper. That's not what I do. I record videos like this, right? And sometimes I write for an hour, and I take the transcript and I throw it in there. I throw it in ChatGPT or Claude and say, hey, give me the writing points I need to complete this paper based off this criteria. And it'll do that, and I'll start writing the paper. And then it takes me 2 hours to do that instead of like 8 hours of me just like, I wanted to say free balling the paper. Oh, that's crazy. Instead of me just like doing it from start to finish, because I'll go back and edit, I overthink things. Sometimes I go on like, this tear of a rant has nothing to do with the subject matter. Like originally this video was supposed to be about this dream about my mom and dad coming to visit me. And it still is that. That's a core topic. But like I also had this segue into the tea, segue into drinking coffee, right? The segue into about my brother. But it all comes together. I think it's healthy and therapeutic for me to say it out loud. And the point is to share it with people so they can learn the lesson, right? So I may not be around um, to teach these lessons, and if and when I have children, my niece and nephew may want to just hear my voice, right? One time, I give everything. I give anything to hear my voice. Um, God, I wish we had more recordings, right? And I think that's why I'm like the picture person and record videos and take selfies everywhere. Some people don't like it and they think it's like cringy or whatever. I was like, well, I don't give a fuck. I have trauma, right? So this is how I process it, and like I have these memories, and I want to share these memories with other people from when I'm gone. And I mean, that also results in me having like thousands of pictures of my dogs. Because like growing up, I don't have pictures of the dogs, or my pets growing up. So I want to share those memories with other people. And also like at the end of my life, I'm not going to regret taking a selfie, right? I'm never going to be like, oh, I should have took that video, or I should have recorded this moment in my life. Like I should have just lived in the moment. Like, oh, okay, sure, I choose that, and that's me. Um, but it was good to get the message, right? I'm happy that they came to visit me in my dream, and I'm happy that I see them. And I saw them at their best, right? They're healthy. Um, my dad and his dad sitting at the dinner table. And he'd wear button down, like kind of like plaid shirts. He just had this like standard dress, like a button down shirt. My dad was a tailor. Um, and he always dressed well. And my mom was a nurse. So um, it's just good memories, right? Good happy memories of different times. I don't want to say better times, but different times. So, and I'm happy I'm able to share this message with whoever needs it. Uh, so, if you're watching this, cheers to you. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Oh, damn! I got this roasted coconut. I love this stuff, right? But I can't drink too much of it because it starts to make my nose itch. And this is from Foco, Foco, roasted coconut drink, and it has like chunks of roasted coconut in there. So, I could buy this by the case, and I haven't in the past bought it by the case. So. if you ever want to give me a birthday present. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.